Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is a week before the magical day of Christmas when Santa comes down the chimney, eats your cookies, drinks your milk, leaves you presents, and leaves to go about his business. Dennis is getting a big bag full of coal, from what I hear, because he's a naughty, naughty boy.
That's right. What else are you going to heat the house with? I get my coal every Christmas. It's good for the year. Woohoo!
There you go. Randy Howell in the house. Marcus Kellegrew, hello. One of our guests is posting. We'll get to those guys. Bassmaster Dan, hello. Yes, we are here. Little thing. There was no professionals last night. Last minute, Graham and Aaron couldn't make it, and we just decided for the holidays. What? How do I sound, Dennis?
I think Randy's right. I think your mic
Right,
changed.
that much better.
That's better.
Okay, so thank you, Randy. I don't know why I did that. Anyhow, with the professionals last night, a couple guys couldn't make it. Aaron and Graham last minute couldn't make it. Holiday stuff. Next week is Christmas Eve, so we're not doing one. And on New Year's Eve, there is no show either. So we will be back. The professionals will be back the first Tuesday in January. So there you go. Little housekeeping there. And more housekeeping. It's football talk. Now, I mean, I know Dennis doesn't really care because let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, I don't see him anywhere in the top 4. Dennis is watching from the sidelines like all the losers that didn't make the playoffs. And this week, it comes down to his wife against me for the semifinals, and then my daughter against Dennis's sister-in-law. So it's like family. It's like the Hatfield and the McCoys.
It's what it is. The Smiths and the Turners wiped out everybody else in fantasy football, and that is all that is left. So one of the two families will come out on top this year. Look at that. I feel bad for Bart.
Could it be it could be an instance where Susie goes up against your sister-in-law, and then I know you'll have to root for Susie. If it is me against your sister-in-law, I know you'll root for me and do the right thing.
I guess we'll just have to wait for next week to find out.
If it is me against my daughter, which if there's a God in heaven, that won't be the case, you will still do the right thing and root for me. And if it is my daughter against Susie, let's go, Susie.
Wow.
Let's go, Susie.
All I can say is go, Pack, go. At least my Packers most likely will be in the playoffs. Let's knock on some wood here. They're doing good. Unlike the Cowboys, I got at least something to look forward to this year.
There will be in that wild. I have a nice draft order to look forward to, I think. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, if the Packers hang on for that wild card round, hopefully they'll get bounced out in that wild card game. And then the playoffs will be back on normal schedule.
I don't think so. They usually go farther than that. Well, again, we're not the Cowboys.
No home field advantage. So
nope, that is for sure. It'll be all on the road.
That's right. Dennis, I see you have a photo below you want to share. Would you set
why don't
it
we
up?
bring the guests in and then we can ask them about this.
Okay, so the creator of Pencils Down, Belmont Press, Juston Belmont. Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing good.
We are doing good. And we have 3 trophy husbands on the show right now. And
that's true.
Yep, there's 3. And if we bring on Doc, will that be 4? Let's find out.
I don't know, Mr. Doc Swift. Hello.
Nope, sorry, it's going to stay at 3.
Oh.
So you either you were either single or you would never say you're a trophy husband if you are married.
Yes.
See, he's got it. So
that's right.
So we're from all around different spots in the country. One of the things, and I'll be curious where you guys are from right now. Have you guys seen any of those drones above your houses?
Nope.
No, I live out in the middle of nowhere. We're not important enough for there to be drones sent around.
Oh, nice. You're safe.
Yeah. You
When
either?
when the dirty bombs go off, you have nothing to fear, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we have to wait and see what the jet stream does, and then we'll deal with the after effects.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not too
There
far
you
from the Denver airport, and we have Lucifer, who's protecting us from the drones.
Oh, yeah,
cool.
right at the airport.
Yeah.
Very
Nice.
nice. Well, we were sitting there, and we did manage to see somebody got a picture of the drones, and look at that. We now know what they look like. There's been talks of shimmering force fields and lights, and somebody got a really nice close up a video of that. So,
God, if
look at
that's
that.
what the drones actually look like, we have nothing to fear.
You don't think so?
Yeah, we'll just shoot those babies down, no problem.
Well, look at that. They even got it over Pennsylvania. Look at that. They've got some too. Look at that. Boy,
That's okay.
that is some impressive stuff.
We'll just shoot up a Vulcan ship, take them right down.
Blood drink. We're saved. Yeah, we are. Look at that.
Yeah.
United Federation of Planets at our doorstep. Look at those drones.
That's not a threat at all. So get out of here. All right, well, let's continue on with the show. So, Mr. Belmont, you
Yes.
are doing a book called Pencils Down. If you want to tell us a little bit about it and what gave you the idea to do this. I mean, I know the term from, what was it, 4.5 years ago now. So, what's the deal?
I think I was scrolling on Twitter one day, and then I saw someone talking about pencils down. Then, I was thinking about that time period, and I was thinking, I like that name, Pencils Down. Maybe I can do something with that and make a character or a comic book. And then I was just doodling in a notebook, and I drew a pencil with jacked arms, and just kind of like floating above the ground, kind of like Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I like Master Shake floats above the ground. And then but I had this idea that he maybe floats on 11 by 17 paper, like the Silver Surfer. I was just doodling, and I just thought it was funny. And then I gave him a sharpener gun, one of those old school pencil sharpeners that you crank.
Oh, yeah.
And then I threw it in my DM group, and they got a good laugh out of it. And Eric Hodson, the artist of the Little Mermaid, he's in our group. And I asked him if he would take my little simple sketch, and do, work it over. And then we came up with this character, Pencils, number 2 from Pencils Down. Let me show you my screen here.
Yeah, let's check it out. Now, is this, and because I really don't know, is this your first foray into doing something like this? Or nope,
No.
3 campaigns. I should have looked first.
Yeah, I did Smokes the Fox and Weaponized Werewolf, which was a double campaign.
Oh, okay.
And I was working with Mike Barron on that. And then after that, I actually came out with a little minifigure for Smokes. So I did a little campaign for that, like little muscle men guys.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I funded that, and then this kind of came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like I said, just one day I was just sketching, and then he redrew my sketch just like that you see on the screen in that position, and I liked it so much I had him finish it and make it the cover.
Oh, cool.
So that's how that came to be.
So what is the actual what's the actual story here with it?
The story goes is that there's this artist, he works for the Big Two, right? And then he gets an email one day that he to put his pencils down. There's no longer needed. There's no more work for him. And he gets upset by that, and he wants to get revenge. So he dusts off his old Ouija board and tries to summon a demon to avenge him. And things kind of go bad for him. What happens though is his number 2 pencil rolls off his drafting table onto the Ouija board, and he comes to life and manifests, and it's pissed off because it's been drawing woke shit this whole time.
He looks down. He goes, "What the hell am I drawing? This is
And
ridiculous."
I love Ouija boards, so you got me there too.
That poor abused pencil.
I know.
Yeah, it's a fun project that just came out of the blue one day, and I like how it came out. And then Hojo, the writer of Mythicals, was in our group as well, and I like his humor. And I asked him, if you do a script for it, and I told him the same origin story I just told you guys, and he took it from there, and made this hilarious story. So it's it's pure satire, a lot of fun. Everything's kind of got the '90s look to it. We got Eric Hodson cover, then we got the Corey Barton cover, which is right here. He likes to draw the babes.
Oh yeah.
So I worked with Corey, and then John Dillard's actually going to do a cover, but he has not started that yet. We're still working on the interiors. We're going to get to that pretty soon. And then Ethan jumped into the ring, and he liked the project, and he commissioned Sven Stoffels to do this cover. He had this idea for a Pencils Down cover on panel live, and he told Sven to do it, and then within 24 hours he completed this cover.
Oh, that's cool.
That is.
I like Ethan on the laptop screen.
Yeah, he's laughing. So what's going on is there's two cancel pigs, and he's wrecking them. You see how their fingers are all mangled.
Yeah.
And then because they were drawing woke shit, you can see they got gay Superman and Asian Hulk, and they were hate watching.
Oh my god!
And they were hate watching Ethan. That's why he's laughing on the screen.
Hate watching.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
So I thought it was a great cover. Really quick turnaround, and then Ethan told me to put it on my campaign right away, and I did. And we've just been promoting, and we just got funded a few days ago. So I'm stoked about that.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a fun project. This is not the actual cover. People ask me, "Is this the cover?" No, it's just that's why I put temporary image coming soon. But as a joke, I might make this a cover for 25 copies or something.
Oh, that's cool.
But here's the origin story. You can see him, and then the Ouija board goes all crazy, and then number 2 manifests right here. But yeah, I got all kinds of options for people out there. I know money's kind of tight. Christmas is around the corner, and all that.
And how many pages is it? Did you say?
It's a 24-page book with a 12-page story by Dillard, and I'm gonna be packing it with original fan art. What's his name? Marcus is in the chat. He submitted the piece.
Cool.
I'm gonna be putting him into the book.
Nice.
Just trying to get a spotlight on some of these guys that might not have been published before.
Yeah.
It's just a fun time, like comics used to be. Remember?
Now, Justin, did you draw the interiors?
No, it's John Dillard's work.
Oh, he did the interiors. Okay.
Yeah, and then the colorist is Gonzalo, who is the colorist of Soul Tack. If you guys are familiar with that book, he's also the artist. He does great work.
Oh yeah.
Randy backed it.
So how did you get involved in comics in the first place and decide, what, and this goes back to, your first campaign, not this one, go, you know what, I think I'm going to give this crazy world a shot, because it takes a certain kind of person to go, I think I want to try and do comics for a living.
Yeah, I got into comics in the early 90s. First, I collected baseball cards. I used to go to this shop called Ravenswood. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's in upstate New York in Utica. It's downtown. It was downtown. I think they might have moved. But I used to go to the shop to buy the baseball cards, and I would notice the comic books. And then eventually, I became a customer and started buying comics there. At a very young age, I was a little leaguer.
Oh, cool.
And then I kind of got into marijuana too at around the same time, and then that's how I created Smokes, the first character. So that's how that came to be. I was just sketching.
That's funny. Well, you live in the right area for that now.
Yeah, and then I ended up moving to Colorado at 21. But what really got me into it is once I was drawing and I drew a character for Triumphant Comics. I don't know if you're familiar with that company in the early 90s. They had Scavengers, the Chromium Man, a couple other titles. And I submitted a drawing for the Chromium Man, and they published it in the back of the book as fan art. And I was only 15 years old. So that kind of gave me the fire to want to be in comics. And that's why I'm kind of doing that with my comic, where I'm going to spotlight other artists. So
yeah,
I don't know, that was just a good memory that I still stays with me to this day. And that that's kind of how I got into comics. And then I saw that the platforms like Indiegogo and Kickstarter were now available, and now was the right time to jump in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I put out Smokes. And then I happened to meet up with Mike Barron to get him to write it, because he lives out here in Colorado. And crazy thing is, he told me
I'm assuming when you moved out there, you didn't know that, right?
No. When I came out here, I kind of stopped collecting comics for a while. I was just doing my thing, getting my life together, on my own and stuff like that. And then I started getting back into comics again. And then Valiant came back, and I was excited about that when they relaunched Valiant. And that was, short-lived. And I think they're back again, actually, aren't they? Someone just bought them again.
They're just
not the same.
I don't know what they're doing. They're putting I think they're just putting one book out. Like Liam Sharp just did, and when I say just did, it was sometime this past year, but the last issue came out months ago. But Liam Sharp did either 5 or 6 issues of Exo Manowar, and but that's all that came out. And I think what they're doing is they're just putting out maybe a mini series here and there instead of doing a ton of monthlies and stuff. So
didn't they have some licensed properties like Star Trek and maybe Ninja Turtles or something? Didn't they also have a couple other licensed things that they were doing?
Star Trek was IDW.
Oh, I'm confusing them with IDW. That's right.
Yeah, and that's same with Turtles is IDW as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
And I know a lot of those smaller press companies like that, they're all struggling right now. Boom Studios, I think, just got or is in the process of getting bought. And, it'll be interesting to see how everything shapes out, especially when, we were just talking. You've got, Indiegogo, there's Kickstarter, there's, the GoFundMe sites,
Fund My Comic.
Fund My Comics, it's all good stuff. And anybody can now publish stuff that they have ideas for. You don't have to go to a big publishing company. So, this is exciting times. And Justin, it looks like this summer, you plan on fulfilling in this summer.
Yes. Next year in the summer, I'm trying to get this completed. Dillard is working on the last 3 pages of the book. And we also got the cover to do. And the colorist is working on 3 more pages of colors. He's taking his time, but things are looking really good. I like how it's turning out. Dillard's kind of got the John K. Ren and Stimpy style, where it's cartoonish in some places, but in some areas he'll go overboard on the detail, on the anatomy, kind of like Sam Keith, Max kind of style. I'm just liking how it's turned out. I think you guys are going to laugh.
Yeah, it looks fun. I can't wait for it. The one panel, he reminds me of Mojo from Mojo World, being an X-Men fan.
Scroll up again. What was below that? Let's see below that again.
This one?
There you go. Yeah, let's see that page. That's cool.
It's just a panel. I cut out some panels because I didn't want to show the whole page and like ruin the jokes and stuff like that or the ending.
Right.
But I wanted to give you guys more artwork. But there's eggs everywhere. Some of them you might not find or see. You can see like there's Nirvana right there. Just little small things. Nirvana T-shirt.
Could there so who would you say is the villain that he has to, basically go up against then in this?
Well, number 2 hates woke, and he goes up against the Social Justice League.
and can you give us an example of some of the character names in the Social Justice League?
They're not like superheroes. They're just like overweight, fat guys that are woke. They're not like
warriors.
I saw Dark Angel in there, so I was trying to figure out where she pops into this.
Oh, Dark Angel is Fanta's alter ego. Fanta's been a big supporter of Comicsgate. She's been around. She's been making videos for many, many creators, sometimes 2 to 3 videos a day. And I felt that she deserved, to be spotlight into the book. And so we thought we also needed some sex appeal. So we needed the female character in there. So we put her in there. She was excited. So yeah, we're going to see Fanta in there. This is the first page that Dillard actually drew. It's not the first page of the comic, but the first page he actually drew. And you can see how the anatomy's got, is a lot of detail. And then if you look at the contrast, you can see the background is more like, cartoony.
I like how his eraser is a flat top.
I know.
Yeah, someone showed a picture of Kid and Play or whatever. So it's the same hairstyle.
Yes.
See, he should be able to erase people out of existence with that.
He can.
Oh, see, look at that. Nice.
He's got, a little bit of magical powers. He's not like unlimited.
Right. Oh, you're doing a black and white line art edition too.
But that's only going to be available for the digital.
Oh, okay.
So what I have is if you want to just get all digital, I have an all digital tier where you get the standard edition and the line art for $8. So you get 2 PDFs. And then I also have if you just want the book for $15, you can get the main cover by Eric Hodson. Mm-hmm. And then I have the Ultimate collection, which is all the books that I ever came out with on PDF, and you'll get the line art edition for Smokes and Weaponized Werewolf and the line art edition to that. So all the variant editions. That's $20 for everything I ever did. And then I have these packs, so you can pick out your favorite cover, and you also get the digital. Because I know some people like to, put their comics away, and then after they're away, you don't remember what the hell box you put them in or whatever, and then you want to read it, and you can't find it. That happens to me. I don't know, but it's good to have, I think, digital and physical nowadays. So I'm offering these packs where you pick out your favorite cover and you get the digital as well for $20. So you just pick out Corey Barton cover or the Hodson cover or Dillard cover, which will be revealed soon. And then I have, other tiers where you could just pick out 2 comics. You could pick out your 2 favorite covers. There's drop downs. You pick which ones you want. And then you can get a 3-pack where you can get 3 of the covers. And then since there's now 4 covers, I added the all 4 covers tier.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So that just came out. And then I just have like a From the Vault. If you guys are looking for my older stuff, there's no pencils down stuff in that tier. That's pretty much it. And I have, some add-ons. Are you guys? Here's the piece for the fan art section.
Oh,
some pieces that were submitted. And here's Marcus's.
Oh yeah,
look at that, Marcus's CG debut.
Look at that, right. Beautiful.
Nice.
And that's
you're doing engraved pencils.
Yes, the first 100 people got engraved pencils, but those are all gone now.
Sure.
But then I'm trying to unlock this next stretch goal, which is at 6K, and everybody gets a number 2 6 a.m. sticker.
He does these stickers. They're great. I love every one that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to put the campaign probably on Fund My Comic and then add the totals together to try to unlock this.
Right.
because you still need like $900 and something to unlock. And then I want to do a Dark Angel sticker, which hasn't been commissioned yet, which will be if we get to 7K.
Yeah.
And then, just a couple of add-ons. You guys are familiar with Adam Miller, right?
Oh, yeah. He did a Kor-Drath card. Yep.
Yeah, just a great set. I think there's 42 cards. Smokes was in that set. And I worked out a deal with them and got some copies of the card. So if anybody wants to add that to their physical order, $2 a pop.
Cool.
Nice.
That's about it. I got some keychains and magnets. And you can get your name on the thank you page.
Oh, that's cool.
That's about it. Real simple campaign.
We will check back in on that as we get near the end. Mr. Swift, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I know we've been trying to arrange it for a while. So you, my friend, are not just a writer, but you're a writer. You write novels, and you have some up on Amazon and stuff. So what's that all about? How did you? Because you have more than one. How did you get started? And
well,
what's the background here?
It was one of these things. I had a job and I didn't like it, so I quit and I started writing. And it took a while before I got something together that I thought was, interesting enough for people to want to buy. So that was the first book I put up. It was actually a collection of smaller stories. It was called Cats of War. And then I wrote a second one of those. I wrote Frogs of War. And then I put out my first novel, not necessarily in that order, but I've been working towards putting together, a catalog of titles for a while. And it just, once I didn't have to get up every morning to go to sit at a desk, I finally had time to do it.
So now you're just doing the writing full time?
Well, I was for a few years. Now I'm actually teaching at a university as well. So
oh, cool.
I do have a day job again, but it's a university. So I've got, a couple weeks around Christmas. I get spring break. I get summer. So
I don't want to just be presumptuous. Are you teaching writing? What do you teach? I'm curious.
I teach mechanical engineering.
Do you really? So
yeah,
you're
really not writing.
So I'm guessing.
Well, I write technical stuff, but I don't write fiction for work, So
was your original day job before this and before the writing? Were you an engineer?
I was a scientist. I worked at a battery company developing new battery materials.
No shit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you got bored with that?
His IQ is more than all three of ours added up. No offense, Justin. I'm just saying. I'm sure. So.
Dennis, it wasn't that I got bored with it. It's that our company got bought and our new owners were just, you'd go in one day and they'd fire 100 people. And then a month later, they'd fire 200 people. And you just, how long can you sit with your head on the block before you decide to move on?
So we know why you're not a trophy husband now. You don't have time to be a trophy husband.
Yeah, I'll go with that. That sounds reasonable to me.
So The Chipmonk, a Warpiper novella.
Yes, that is my latest. Let's see if I can share this here. Can you see
Got it?
It's coming up.
All right. So this is my latest. The fantasy series that I've written is really sword and sorcery. It doesn't have a whole lot of, Tolkien influence. This fantasy setting doesn't have elves or orcs or dwarves or goblins. Instead of having those kind of traditional fantasy races, all of those roles have been filled with anthropomorphic animals. So there are cat people and wolf people and rodent people. And, if you've got rodent people, there's rat folk. Well, now there's chipmunk people. So
sure.
I had this idea. I thought of the name Chipmunk and I just laughed. It just made me laugh, kind of a serious setting with a kind of a ridiculous title. So I had the title and I had to write a story for it. And
so then how? Okay, so this, I guess this brings up kind of a good question. What is your writing process for something like this?
Well, in this case, I didn't even have a story. I just had a title, so I had to craft something. It's like, well, what would a monk be like? So there's got to be a monastery somewhere, and if I'm going to tie it into the Warpiper series, well, the Warpiper, he's kind of become sort of a troubleshooter. People will come to him for help when, there's like an existential threat. Mm-hmm. So, well, that means the monastery must have some kind of a threat. And since it's going to be rodent folk, in an earlier story, I had the rat folk led by a Khan, and that Khan got killed. So there's got to be a new Khan. And this one is attacking the monastery. So from that, the plot's not terribly in depth because I don't like my plots to be ridiculously convoluted. There's bad guys, there's good guys, and they're going to fight. And that becomes the bulk of the story is the battle scenes. The Khan and his army, they're laying siege, and they're using one siege tactic after another, and the defenders have to counter it. And how can they counter it? And because it's all non-humans except for the Warpiper and his son, you get to see what these monks can do. And the Khan soldiers, they are armored and they have weapons. You can see in the cover here, their spears. And the Chipmonk, of course, he's not wielding any weapons. He doesn't need them. He is a weapon.
Right.
And so it's just a short little story. It's 30,000 words. So I wrote it in 2 weeks. And then I commissioned Peter Gilmore for the cover, and he completely knocked it out of the park. I think this is probably my best cover.
It's a fun cover, that's for sure.
I said, think of like Master Splinter, but if he was a chipmunk and, like surrounded by the bodies of the dead, you can see rat folk at his feet that he's already killed. And then there's at least 4 other guys brandishing spears at him. I thought the cover was fantastic. Really sells the story, I think. Again, I don't go for world-changing events. There's no one ring that's going to lead to the fall of the good peoples if you don't destroy it. It's just, hey, there's some people that need help. Let's go help.
So what is, I'm assuming this is pretty much all ages, or?
Well, I go.
Well, like teenager on up.
So
teenage.
Definitely teenage. I try to play it safe, and I put because they have when you set up a book on Amazon, there's an age range. I just say 18 plus so that nobody complains.
Right.
If this were a movie, it would be kind of like an 80s action movie. So there'd be a lot of violence. So I'm thinking it would be an R rating.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So the cool thing is for, I know a lot of people, I even have family members, they get the Kindle Unlimited, and it looks like if you Kindle Unlimited, you can already just download it and read it.
That's right. So with Kindle Unlimited, it's free because, you can choose that option. So I have all my books on KU. If you're not in Kindle Unlimited and you want to buy it, it's just $1.
Nice.
And if you want the paperback, it's kind of a thin paperback. So I think most people are going for the ebook on this one, but I got that price at $7. I think they increased the printing rates or something. Out of that $7, I get like $1.80.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not getting rich off of these. I just write fun stuff and hope people will read it and enjoy it.
Sure.
Yeah. So
then if you click
print on demand, it's a print on demand system.
Yeah, that's how it works. And when people order the print edition, I think they print like, I don't know, a dozen or 20 or something at a time. So some people, if they're on the beginning of that, they have to wait longer. But the people who might order later, they've already got them and it'll ship in 2 days or whatever.
Okay.
Oh,
cool.
Okay.
And then when they exhaust that supply, they'll print another batch. And sometimes you'll go through and I'll see my books are, half off because they had some of them printed that hadn't sold for a while and they want to clear them out. And they don't tell me that. I just find that out the same time anybody else would by just kind of random happenstance.
So I mean, as a creator, I always like having at least one of everything I've done. Do you ever just go, I'm going to get one just so I have an actual printed copy? Or
oh, I have printed copies. I don't have printed copies of this yet. I ordered some. They haven't shown up yet. And that's why I think they haven't printed that first batch yet.
Right.
Yeah, because it looks
so
like
when you
published on December 10th, it looks like you just put it out.
Yes, yeah. This was. I wanted to get it out for Christmas, and I got it just under the wire.
Nice.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I always like having, like I said, printed copies of stuff. So I don't have anything print on demand, but if I did, I'd be buying it back. So or whatever.
And the nice thing about this is, it's something I can always go get another one. So if I misplace my copy, or if somebody wants one, I can give it to them and just order myself another one.
Right. Oh yeah, of course.
Now, do you set up at conventions at all to promote stuff, or are you strictly like online?
Well, mostly online. My university has a convention every spring, and I've been there the last few years, so I sell a little bit. And we've got a local game shop. They have free comic book day because they have their comics as well. So I've set up there a few times on free comic book day.
Oh, that's cool.
But for the most part, I don't have, because as a faculty member, I don't get vacation, so I can't leave when the semester is in progress. So I don't really have the freedom to go to a lot of these conventions, except maybe over the summer. That's the only time I'd be free to go.
Oh, right. Yeah, I hear you. Are you on, you're probably on, are you on winter break now, I take it, or not yet?
Yes. We finished up 10 days ago.
Oh, damn, that's a long winter break.
Well, we go back in January 10th, I think, January 15th, something like that.
Yeah, that's a good chunk. That's like a month off. So
yeah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
it's just, I don't have
what the hell I do if
off.
Somebody said you got a month off.
Yeah, well, it's a month off of classes. I still have stuff to do.
Right.
So I still have to go in it, but I just don't have students coming by and asking for help with homework, that kind of thing.
Oh, you still have to go into the campus and stuff during this month?
Yeah, I'm trying to write a couple of technical articles. So
Oh, that sucks.
Well, you gotta put in the work.
I hear you. Hear that, Dennis? Put in the work. Take some lessons, Turner.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a question for you guys, Andy and Dennis. How did you guys come up with Kor-Drath? Did you have that idea together, or did one of you have the idea and convince the other to do it?
I mean, I had kind of we were driving to a convention in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I had a germ of this idea because I wanted to do something different after First Man, and I wanted to do something in the fantasy realm, barbarian wise. And basically it was, a barbarian, his partner in crime, you could say, is, a hot chick, but I didn't want her to be a barbarian either. I didn't want to do a Conan Red Sonja thing. So I wanted her to be a hot chick, but she's a sorceress. So something to where when you look at the both of them, they're really visually different. And, then it's just kind of ran from there with it and stuff to build the world around it.
Look, I only had one thing that I said I had to have in this book. Jean Grey, Dark Phoenix, is my favorite character of all time. So I said, the girl is going to be a redhead with green eyes. and lo and behold, look what happens.
Yeah.
The ending came as a surprise to me. I didn't realize the concept that was underlying the whole story. I'm not going to ruin it in case there's any folks that haven't gotten it. I recommend it. I enjoyed it. I laughed much more than I expected to laugh. And like the pop culture references were quite amusing.
But now the question is, did you catch those references when you read it, or did you notice them and go back to look?
I think I missed one of them because I wasn't familiar with it, but I caught them. And there's at least one thing that wasn't really a reference, but I think it was a Princess Bride reference. Do you know which part I'm talking about?
I do.
It wasn't like a quote from Princess Bride, but I think it was a reference to it. And,
yes. It was funny. Doc, we had people that went, I read the whole thing. I didn't catch a one. And then I got to the back and went, whoa, what? And then they went back and went, oh my God, how did we miss that
page that detailed all of them? That was a nice touch.
Yep. And then I had other ones, and especially one of our buddies who he went to the show and he came back. He goes, oh, I caught all of them in the middle of reading it. I caught every single one of them. Like, did you really? It's kind of impressive. And what I was trying to get through for that ending, because I'm not going to spoil it, but you weren't able to tell what that twist was until the end, right?
Correct. Because nothing on the campaign page indicated what was where this was coming from. I enjoy being surprised. You did a great job.
Thank you. I think that's kind of what we wanted. I mean, that's exactly what we wanted the case to be when people got to the end, because if, for instance, that wasn't there, you wouldn't think anything different. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
You're right.
Whereas it's there, so it's a nice little twist, but it still doesn't really change anything about what you read, It
really makes, well, for instance, the pop culture references.
Well, yeah.
It really explains why those are there.
Right. Well, and the funny thing is, I work from obviously he writes a script that I work from and stuff. And there's a lot because, I see lots of movies. We do our reviews, but even before that, I've always seen lots of movies. But as I always joke about on streams and stuff, my memory is shit. I remember certain things, but a lot of stuff, it's in, it's like, and then it's out. So a lot of the stuff, when it comes to those references, just, I'd say 75% of them, if not maybe 80%, were just right over. But then when I read, that page, I was like, oh yeah, I remember all these now. But they just don't, stuff like that doesn't stay top of mind for me, So even in the new one. So that's cool.
And I noticed that there was a character in there named for one of the other Comicsgate Kings. He's or something. T-Bear.
Yeah. He's back.
Just wait till the next one.
Yeah. Just he's back. So it's not a huge spoiler because we added some more pages to the actual campaign, but pretty much all the professionals are in the next one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm not, but I had a slight cameo in the first one, as did Dennis. And I'm not talking about what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, Doc, what's he talking about? Just go back and look through the story, and there's a panel with the two of us interacting in it and stuff.
Let's just say there was an arm wrestling panel.
Well,
no, don't have to surprise it. No, that's sad. Doesn't ruin anything. Go back and see it.
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah.
Somebody
the only spoiler would be that I won, obviously.
What was that, Doug?
It was that panel said something like, "So look at this guy's tiny arms," or something.
Yes, that's it. Look at
I can take a
tiny
joke.
Little arms.
I approve that too, so I can take a joke. So
I have not backed the second campaign yet, so I hope you're going to keep it open long enough, because December is a terrible month for me. Actually, this year has been just a kind of a financial disaster for me.
Now it'll be up for a little bit. We're getting close to the end, but print will probably be going to print end of February-ish. maybe
Perfect.
March. So yeah, you guys will have time. And Randy brings up a point. He picked up the digital versions because we've got quite a few guys. I don't see too many of them on today, but we got a bunch of Canadian fellow folk here, and they're all dealing with the postal strike, and they don't trust it. Look at he's dealing because they don't trust the postal service. Yeah, so digital is a great way for the Canadians, guys. So I love the fact that both Belmont and Doc, they both have digital option stuff, so that is cool.
Yeah, and I mean the funny thing is, or not funny, but Randy, are you crossing your fingers that Trudeau resigns?
Yeah.
I was seeing that, and I'm like, oh my God, get that punk out of there. Good
Is
Lord.
that part of the demands of the postal strikers?
No. His, I guess you could say their finance secretary. I think she has a different title, or maybe that's it. She resigned. She quit a couple days ago.
Probably.
Yeah, she quit a couple days ago because
I saw that.
Yeah, the financial situation up there and how idiot Trudeau's running stuff. So now after that, there's just major calls for him to resign. Well, yeah, I mean, that would be fine. So
yeah, everybody's going to resign at this stage.
Yeah. So tomorrow is the big day for the Superman teaser. They released a little video today, kind of teasing the teaser. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's tease for the teaser. I'm like, my God.
I mean, it was nice and bright colors, not all depressing looking like the Zack Snyder stuff was. So,
and Graham commented about the blue filters. It has a nice blue filter over everything, and I'm like, that is true.
No, I think he said there wasn't any filters like the Zack Snyder stuff. So it was true color.
He said bright colors, and the fact that like Top Gun Maverick, yeah, they've got some flying in there like good old Maverick. So I'll be curious to see what they do with it.
Well, I think James Gunn is less cynical about superheroes than Zack Snyder is. So hopefully we'll actually have real heroes.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Now, see, I saw, I can't remember if it was, I should have saved it to share it, but it was either on Facebook or X, but basically it was just a real close-up shot of the S, and he was turned about this much, and it was cropped in tight, and it showed basically what it looks like in real life, when they filmed it, but then it showed what it'll look like on screen. And I mean, it's a lot, it's smoother down to the costume. Like if you saw the stills from the movie from last year when they were filming it, the S kind of stuck off and it just looked weird. So the point is, it looks tighter like it should be, because the big complaint with the costume was it's baggy looking. But then my question is,
I remember that.
What is the point in designing a costume that the dude's going to wear throughout all filming just to go in post-production and have to do all this computer graphic stuff to tighten it up? Why wouldn't you just design the costume so it fits properly out of the gate and it only needs little tweaks here and there, not like this major stuff,
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm very curious to see that tomorrow, what it, the trailer or teaser for it.
Stippling says, you're all forgetting Tom King is involved in writing. It's already DOA. We will always hold out hope that there's something good, something not woke, and maybe we will be proven wrong. I don't know. The state of superhero movies is kind of depressing. Thank God for Deadpool Wolverine to pull us through this year. That's all I'm going to kind of say on that one.
Well, that's true.
I'm willing to give Gunn a chance just because
he's put out
to be better than what Snyder did.
Yeah. On another note, real quick, our friend, Statistical Zero, Stat Zero, if you're friends with him on either Facebook or Twitter, you probably have seen the terrible news. He lost his wife this past week due to a really unfortunate accident. We're going to share the link. I just did. There's a GoFundMe up to help him out. I mean, this is just terrible.
It's heartbreaking, dude.
Absolute worst
Yeah.
possible thing.
Yeah. I mean, especially at this time of year, but just it's honestly unimaginable. I mean, losing a spouse is one thing. Losing a spouse the way this happened, it's just you just don't ever think that would happen. So yeah. So if anybody watching knows him, or if you don't know him, you just want to help somebody out of the goodness of your heart, the link has been posted. So go do that.
Yeah, we popped it up in there, and a couple of notes. Those of you that are watching on Rumble or YouTube, I have the links for both Justin and Doc's campaigns listed down below. All you have to do is go down, read the description, and you can click on it, and it'll take you right to it. For those of you that are watching on X, Randy always does a great job because we post things on X, but he puts in the comments everybody's links for all the campaigns and stuff right in there. So if you're on X, you should be able to go in there, and right there, the links are included as replies to the post. So no matter what format you guys are watching at, the links to both Justin's and Doc's will be down below.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Real quick, N to Paint says the guy who played Black Panther said his costume was crazy uncomfortable shooting his scenes for Civil War in the suit, which is why for the Solo movie it was all digital. I didn't know it was all digital in the Solo movie. I didn't really see a lot of behind the scenes. My only thing to that would be, if I'm the business side of it, I'd be like, what costs more? This dude wearing it or all digital? And if it came back costing a lot more all digital, I'd be like, you're getting paid millions of dollars. Suck it up and wear the suit.
Yeah, get in that suit.
Exactly.
See, that's probably what I would have said.
Seriously, I'd be, unless it came back, oh no, digital's a lot cheaper. I'd be like, I don't give a shit. You're wearing that suit, buddy.
And somebody still got paid to design the costume. Just have them, let it out or whatever. Like, is it too tight in the knees or something? There's got to be.
Well, I mean, going all the way back to the first Batman with Michael Keaton, I know he said it was uncomfortable, but boo-hoo. That goes with doing the job. Here's what's uncomfortable. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that if you're filming something in, I don't know, Alaska, and the scene calls for you to wear jeans and a t-shirt out in the freaking freezing cold weather, they're just going to tell you to suck it up and do it and have a nice fluffy coat off camera for when they call cut.
Wear the costume for me. Wear it.
Wear it.
That shit on.
Exactly. Hey, Justin, hit refresh. Let's see, unless you have while we didn't have the screen up.
I have. Let's see if we got anything. Okay. Let's see what we got. We're at 132 backers.
You picked up 3, it looks like, because I think we started at 129.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Nice.
We were almost at the DNA bump, guys. We needed one more for the official DNA bump.
That's right.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, definitely. Superman Warner Brothers CEO David Zaslav has given strict orders of no woke. Well, that'll be good. I'm looking forward to the Superman movie. If the costume looks better, it's not my money. If they want to have him wear something that was kind of baggy, because it did not look good in those stills. I'm just saying, it did not look good in those stills. If it looks better on the finished product, that's all I care about. So
yeah, exactly. But they should. I mean, they didn't need digital costumes in the 70s.
Well, and that's that's the real thing in a way is you look at the stills of Christopher Reeve as Superman from the promotional stills. That was just that was basically spandex. The dude hit the gym, put on some spandex. It looked fantastic. So, you don't need, they just get crazy. Like, well, even Henry Cavill, for Man of Steel. Dude got jacked.
Yeah,
he got jacked, and they still had like some fake muscle in the suit. It's like, what?
I know, Christopher Reeve, hashtag still my Superman.
That's right.
Yeah, that is just classic. I will be curious. I will give it a chance, like I do everything. I mean, we did go see Craven for you guys, and yeah, well, hoping Superman's better.
Let's hope so. I'm hoping Captain America: Brave New World is better. So
I don't know. Aren't they in the 4th round of reshoots?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that can't be a good sign, guys.
I don't know if it keeps up. I think we're going to bring pencils down and erase that, because man, that's not looking good.
Now,
well,
I just want to see a good movie at the theater, you know.
Right.
Finally, I think Harrison Ford. Somebody had a quote of him saying, like, before they did a take for this movie, he said, "All right, let's film this piece of shit." So if he's calling it a piece of shit while they're making it, I don't think that's the best sign.
Wait, who was calling it that?
Harrison Ford. He's like the Red Hulk or something.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And apparently it was, I don't remember which news site, but somebody had a quote of him saying, "Let's just film this piece of shit."
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So I never heard anything about that from Raiders of the Lost Ark or anything, right? I don't know. I don't think he does that with every movie. I think that was for this movie.
Well, it'll be interesting. I mean, the 4 reshoots, the 4 going back in for reshoots obviously is not a good sign, but at least they're not just going, screw those people that saw the screener. They don't know what they're talking about. Put it out. It's great. Look, if this movie comes out, or when it comes out, Dennis and I will go see it for our movie review. I hope we both walk out of it going, holy crap, that was awesome. Marvel's coming back. If it took them 4 reshoots to get there, whatever. Learn your lesson and get something good out is what I got to say. So
I wish I still had optimism. I have lost it for Marvel. I really have.
And Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been back to Star Wars since The Last Jedi.
You know, I have not bought the last trilogy movies because I buy everything. You know, the Marvel, the Star Wars. I own them all. Not those. I didn't buy the last trilogy, nor have I bought the last bunch of Marvel movies. The only one I will pick up is Wolverine, Deadpool.
Craven the Hunt.
Me too.
Yep.
But I haven't even seen it yet. I think I'll just buy that sight unseen because.
Oh, you haven't seen Wolverine Deadpool yet?
Not yet.
Oh.
Have you heard all the spoilers or no?
I've heard most of the spoilers, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I heard them almost immediately. So,
Justin, have you seen it?
Yes, I went to go see it at the theater, and I had like an 8-year-old kid kicking my chair the whole time. I had to turn around and say something.
Wait, they took an 8-year-old to see?
Yes, there was about an 8-year-old behind me.
Oh my Lord!
And we're at like the 9 o'clock showing, 9:30 showing. So I don't know why he was there.
Yeah, that's when you turn around and you're like, I got 2 things. 1, tell your brat to stop kicking my chair, and 2, you're awful parents for bringing him to this movie.
Yeah, I did have some choice words when I turned around. You should see the parent's face.
Oh my God!
But yeah, he kept going, man. He just kept kicking it like he was getting excited when the when there was action, and he was like getting into it and like kicking my seat.
Wow. You know, at that point, you might as well just spend the money and go to 4D. If you're going to be kicking and jolting anyway, you might as well enjoy it for what it's supposed to be.
That's right. That's true. It's damn true. Well, Dennis, what are we seeing tomorrow night? And then we'll talk.
We are seeing the new movie Homestead. That is what happens when a nuclear war wipes out a bunch and the only people that basically survive are up in the mountains. And, what happened? So, there were a number of movies we were waiting to see. And because of stupid Mufasa, it's basically taken up all the theaters. So we have decided to see that one instead.
Yep.
Wait, that
and I'm going to take my notepad so I can be prepared. I'm going to take copious notes on this movie So when those drones don't find what they're looking for and the S hits the fan, I can just refer to my notes from Homestead.
Or if you want to know how to survive it from Homestead, just watch Rob Hunter. He puts out a great video.
That's
series,
right.
You know, dealing with the apocalypse that's coming up.
That's true. Subscribe to Rob Hunter's YouTube channel. Every now and then he talks comics, but more often than not, it's Red Alert with Rob Hunter.
That's right. Red Alert time.
It's a feel-good show. You feel good about your demise at the end of every one of his episodes. So he has good tips. But feel really good about Kor-Drath Volume 2, The Awakening. 64 pages, ball-busting barbarian action coming your way. I literally have 1 page left to draw. I'm going to start it tomorrow. If everything goes according to plan, I will finish it on Friday so I can go into the Christmas holiday with all the black and white art wrapped up for Kor-Drath. The letterer has 40. How many pages does he have? He's got, well, he's pretty much right up with me. So he's got like the bulk of the book. He's lettering. Most of the pages he has are in color. Some are in black and white, but that's okay. And except I can't add on volume 1. N2 Paints, what do you mean you can't add on volume 1? Explain yourself, because it's there. So guys, go check it out. We've got numerous covers to choose from. Of course, we've got my cover colored by Dan Lawless. Take it easy, the Don. Merry Christmas. Saturday, I'll be honest with you. I was telling Marcus over the weekend, Saturday nights at 7 when you do it are really tough for me, brother. Let's see. N2 Paints. Yeah, I add volume 2, then volume 1 as a perk. Don't exist. No, well, wait. Well, there's the catch-up tier, which gets you volume 1 and volume 2 together. So you could just do that, and that has a new Budroot cover on volume 1. Or you just back volume 2 and then add on. There's a volume 1 digital. There is an add-on for volume 1 digital.
Yep.
No, there is a volume 1 digital. So if you already did volume 2 digital, let me know and refund it, and then you can do it again and then add on volume 1 digital. So, but there is one.
Does
so anyhow,
this one have the same page count as the first?
This is 64. The first was a full book page count of 80.
Okay.
So, yeah. Dennis got a little carried away on that first one.
Well, there was also
I
that
did tell him
story
the
at the end.
Going to be bigger.
There was. Budroot had a story at the end. You know, we might, you know, Bart is working on a 4-page story. Bart Sears is working on a 4-page story. And hopefully we can pop something up about that and a stretch goal and stuff for it. So, you know, you never know. Could happen again. Could happen again. But we've added, there's a total of what? 8 preview pages up now. So you can go check out and see some more pages. Not all the pages are in order, but most of them are. The black and white edition of the book, not an artist edition, just a regular size graphic novel with all the text and lettering, just nice black and white. Give you the feeling of one of the good old Savage sort of Conan magazines, except on nice paper, not newsprint.
Yeah, that's glossy paper. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get the next game module. Good news on that front. We just sent all the text for the game module to the designer so she can work her magic and put it together and have it look just like the first one with the columns and everything, like the old school D&D module. So that is in her hands. The exciting part of the campaign where things are actually getting made now. Adriana t-shirt goes great with the Lilith t-shirt if you got that from the first campaign. Of course, we have 2 different posters. Well, one poster, 2 different sizes is what I meant to say, featuring Budroot's art. And the Irene Rini Strakalski variant cover, which you can get by itself. If you want the black and white virgin cover, that is only available in the collector box tiers. And then, of course, if you backed one of the collector boxes, both of those covers will be added in, you know, to the boxes. So you're getting more stuff than you thought when the campaign originally launched.
Is that
so
another?
There you go.
Is that another beer ad that you just scrolled past?
It is.
That is the last one. It is Looney Tunes mixes with Snickers, mixes with beer.
I like it.
Adriana gets a little grumpy when she's thirsty.
This is kind of like the old Hostess ads in Marvel.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Exactly. That's why I like. That's why we do them. This is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one. So pretty soon we'll be able to put out a little book of just the ads.
That would be pretty cool. I'd like that.
It would be. Shouldn't say pretty soon though, because we do want a book, and a book is basically
take a
every
long time
9
for that
months to a year. So
it'll be a thin book.
Yeah, it'll be a thin book. Well, once we get 8 of them, we can do a little ash can.
There you go.
Stretch goals already unlocked is the Vordoom playable character card with art by me and Dan Lawless, and the stats for Vordoom that Dennis wrote on the back, so you can play him with the other characters that came with the first campaign. $60,000. We will unlock the Bart Sears Dan Lawless print, which is from the cover of the game module. And then, of course, we've got the 2 bundles. The Awakening bundle is every cover, and the game module, the stretch goals, the Adriana playing card. And then the volume 1 and 2 big box is everything from the Reckoning campaign, the game module, the playable character cards, the artist edition, and the stuff from this campaign. So,
and boxes are what, Andy?
Oh, the boxes are on their way. They're in transport via FedEx.
They are in transit
to my house. So Christmas coming early, probably Monday, probably. I will be getting a delivery of a bunch of boxes that Dennis and I will have to put together.
Are these like custom boxes with art on
Yep.
them?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hold on.
Awesome.
Right there.
Oh, those are awesome. I like it.
Get yourself here. I'll solo Dennis so you can see it. Solo.
Is that the prototype?
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. I mean, we got the actual box made. The only difference is the Astonishing isn't upside down. That's why you get prototypes made, so you can fix things. And that's the box.
I like it.
It's got both
shipped inside
Conan homage covers for variants. So the box, it fits everything from the first 2 campaigns in, sticks nicely on your bookshelf, so all of your Kor-Drath can be all tucked together.
Now,
that's right. And the box, so people know, it's not the box. We're not mailing stuff in this box. This box is in another box, and it's going to be wrapped with bubble wrap and stuff. So
it's a collector's box.
There was no miniature on the first campaign, was there?
There was not. This is the first miniature.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't remember there being an option for a miniature. That's pretty awesome. Is that 3D printed?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
2-inch, 3-inch, 5-inch miniature. We did get one of each size printed. Well, we got 2 actually. So Dennis has a set and I do, so we could see the quality and stuff. We actually got a nice big box full of those plastic clamshells that they'll go in, delivered last week. So so you can add that on as well. And there you go. And then of course, Kor-Drath, the Awakening, the layouts, just the regular size graphic novel of just my pencil layouts to check out. So you can see a little peek behind the curtain, if you will. So guys, go check it out. Go back it if you haven't already. If you have backed it, back it for a friend. Get them a Christmas gift that'll deliver in March.
So just when they're that didn't back the first one, get the catch-up tier, because the first book is great. I loved it. It was a quite enjoyable read.
Well, thank you so much. And of course, go back Pencils Down by Juston Belmont. Really fun book. Oh, hold on.
Remember drawing this?
I like it when people hold stuff up.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me solo you there. Yeah. What's the year on that?
2016, I believe.
Okay. What show was that at?
Las Vegas,
Oh,
Great
Vegas.
American
Yeah,
Con,
yeah.
Great American Comic Con, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You and Bart were
Nice.
there.
Yep.
That's awesome.
No, I remember. That's the one time I was in Vegas. So.
Yep.
Dude, that's cool.
That is
Oh,
cool.
$2. You need to include digital volume 1 as an add-on. Hold on a second. Let me take a look.
We went through this last time.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. I let me take a look. We'll figure this out right now. Let's see. I see it. I'm looking right at it. Volume 1, digital edition, add-on. Let me make sure it's added on to everything like it should be. Because that could be the thing. I could have actually made it an add-on. And then set up. Okay, what the hell? I have it selected. Oh, wait. That's why. Hold on. I got to unselect that. All right. Give me a second here. Let's do this.
I see it.
You see it as an add-on?
Yep, it's at the very bottom right next to Reni's cover.
Is it?
It says
What did you
Kor-Drath
click?
Volume 1 Digital Edition.
No, I understand that, but what perk did you click to see? Like,
I just clicked on the module because it was right there.
all right, well, I clicked, so let me just make sure. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. What the hell? No, that's hold on. Get rid of that. Let me just see something here.
So when I click it,
Okay.
go to checkout, get this add-on.
Randy Howell says,
Added.
if you select digital volume 2, there are no add-ons.
Right, that's what I'm looking at. Hold on. That's what I'm looking at. Set up add-ons. All right, hold on here. Let's see. There it is. Okay. Apparently, my bad. Thank you, Randy. Update. Save changes. Okay, it should be there now for volume 2. It should be there. Let me scroll down to my volume 2 here.
Yep. There it is. Volume 2
Yes,
digital.
it is there. Okay,
Volume 1.
it is there. Apologies.
Now that look at that customer service, like on the spot.
Yes,
You know,
there is an add-on for digital.
Every single perk you have to do this for. So, you know, it is very time consuming. So every once in a while, something gets by.
Yeah, every once in a while, something does slip through the cracks. And
Kind of
what happened was
that you can't do it, like apply this to everything.
Right?
Well, you can. Okay, so
promotion.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. You create the add-on, but then after you create it, you literally have to go to every regular perk and then click it and then click another button to add it to that perk.
Man,
so
they make it so tough.
Thank you so much, End of Paints. Really appreciate it. And sorry for the.
I was going to say, because he brought it up in one of the last shows too, and it showed. So I am glad we took time out of our busy day to address a technical difficulty.
Yes. Oh, where'd you get that
one
from?
He's got more.
Yeah, Shazam.
Was that the same show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love the big cheese. Big red cheese. Nice. Well, thank you very much, guys. We're going to wrap it up because I am going over to Graybeards at 5 o'clock for the 100th episode of Aaron Lepresti's Graybeards. It is Christmas themed. You're very welcome, Into Paints. So I'll be over there at 5 o'clock. And in the meantime, I got to make sure I get my camera set up right. He's making me do work and make sure everything's working for it. So thanks a lot, Justin and Doc, for joining us today.
Yep. Glad you guys could make it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck on the
having me
campaigns,
on.
and I hope you guys kill it.
Yeah, and have a Merry Christmas to all, because Christmas and New Year's fall on Wednesday, which is DNA show day, which means Dennis and I will be back also the same time the bros are, the first Wednesday in January. Well, that would actually be January 1st. So no, we will not be back January 1st. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So there you go. Can you tell us who the special guest will be? No, actually, yeah, I can. Because if you go to Aaron's channel and click on the description, he says it's so I'm actually not spoiling anything. Ethan, me, John, Dale, and then Dan as always, and Dave Williams and Gary Martin. And maybe more, he says.
Ooh,
so we'll see.
Maybe more.
Man, that's a stacked lineup of all-stars right there.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, he can have up to 10 people on screen. So let's do this real quick before we go. We've got Aaron Lepresti, the host. Ooh, wrong way. The host. You got Dave. You got Dan. You got Gary. Okay, I'm there. That leaves
5.
Ethan, John, Dale. That leaves 2 spots. 2 spots. So who knows who else will show up? We'll see. It'll be a party. It's Christmas themed. I already have an idea. So it should be good times. So everybody, once again, have a great Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah if you're Jewish and celebrating that. And there you go.
Live long
and Dennis
and
is throwing up the gang sign. So
That's right.
Wonderful.
Thanks for having me on.
Bye-bye.
If anybody checks out the Chipmonk, let me know what you think.
There you go. Go back, pencils down, and Kor-Drath.